up, guys? I'm down And also, Trent, he has us on the wrong side somehow. Trent, how do we fix that? How do I not end up on this side? There you go. Thank you, Trent. Did you click this? Nope. I don't know how you did that. Nope. I still haven't figured it out. That's
no,
okay.
you just drag it. Click it and drag it.
Click it and drag it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I didn't know you could do that.
Hey, can you see the watermelon stains on my shirt?
I don't know. Can you see my future on mine?
I was hoping you were going to say no. I was going to say bullish. Let's go.
Bullish. Let's go, guys. Bad day to short the market. I closed my short out at a loss today. Something like, I don't know, the X percentage wise. But hey, I played it out how it showed a trick away for the downside. And I was testing a theory. And that's how you have to do it, man. You got to wiggle, splash the pool to get wet. You got to splash the pool to get wet. Everybody knows that. But guys, welcome to another episode of Blockchain Brew Show. I'm your co-host, T Square. This is the other co-host, Trentinator. Trent, you should just start saying Trentinator as your name. And then we're going to cover Jamie Dimon, Jerome Powell, why is crypto pumping? Is altcoin season here? Is Bitcoin dominance about to crack? And what is going on in crypto today? But hey, before we go any further, guys, please smash that golden like button. Like this, smash, but not down. Like not like that. But we want the finger in the up position. That's how we roll on the blockchain Brew Show. I don't know where Trent went with that, but it wasn't a YouTube thing. And I got this bell. It rings and it makes an elegant, almost a buoyancy ding-a-linger, and you can find that subscribe bell in the corners, guys. So check them out right now, because YouTube has an algorithm and it hates us, so we have to ask. Rumble doesn't hate us, so we don't have to ask for Rumble people because they love us. They love us over there. They're the greatest people on YouTube and Rumble.
They're
we love
huge.
them very much. We love the people over there. They're really good people. But so second that off.
They're gonna win bigly over at Rumble.
Yeah, they love us over there. Love us. Guys, I got an Icicle double IPA coming. It's a pint coming at 8.5%, called Magic Meadow. And it says, deep in enchantment, surrounded by granite giants, a cool, clear stream flows through the mountains of magical meadows on its journey to rejoin the Icicle River. Brewed from those pristine waters, this award-winning hazy double IPA features Eclipse Trent. Yeah, you might have to tell me this. It's Matuka, Citra, Boteca, Citra, and Mosaic hops. Bursted with tropical citrus stone fruit flavors and aromas. This bright, juicy brew balances well with higher ABV. Trent, what is Boteca?
It's a hop.
I bet you it's better than a desert hop. What do you got for us today, Trent? Oh, I should probably pop on AMSR on the mic. Oh, that was not a very good pop. Not a good AMR pop. Okay, Trent, your turn. Go, Trent, go. Wow.
Sorry. Okay, so today I've got faces of phases.
Faces of phases. Can you say that 5 times fast?
Faces of. Can I even say it 1 time fast? That's bearish, guys.
Faces of phases. Faces of phases. Phaser is it phases or phasers?
Faces of phases.
Faces of phases. Faces of phases. Faces of phases. Faces of phases. Faces of phases. Phases. Did I do it? Kind of.
Yes, you did do it. Now we're bullish again. Thank God. This is a hazy triple IPA by Monkish Brewing Company, coming in at 10.4% hopped with Galaxy and Nectaron.
10.4%. Is that, you said, is that triple or that double?
Triple.
Yeah.
Give our little ASMR pop. And there's the can art one more time for you. Our boy Eric would love that one.
Does it have like a story behind the can, like how I was telling you mine was like Icicle Brewery, Meadow?
No, not one that I read.
Trade Shadow King. You all be awesome.
He said y'all are going to be alcoholics with all this content you're doing. You know, I try most days, okay, to limit it to one a day. And these days, that one just happens to come on the stream. So, you know.
I didn't put 4 a day, but I saved the best one for the stream.
Look, many days I do more than one, okay? But, you know. Hey.
He likes the head thick and wide.
Hey, the Nectaron is coming through pretty intense on this one. This is like...
I'm still waiting for you to get the phantasm dust. Phantasm dust. I'm liking the news.
That's like, obviously at 10.4%, you get like a little hint of booziness on the back end. But, this is like, you know, the typical thing that I always say, right? It's soft, it's pillowy, it's thick, it's viscous.
What does viscous mean?
Thick. The thick mouthfeel. Creamy. And you know, it's like unripened pineapple, mango, orange, but it has like a little hint of like vanilla extract in the back. So yeah, I'm digging it. 10.4%, solid. That hits. That's bullish. So let's go.
Let's freaking go. All right, Trent, I'm going to lead into Twitter. If that's all right with you.
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right, we're headed over to Twitter. Who do we have over here, guys? Can we pause the music for me a second?
Oh, yeah.
So, you guys want the short version or the longer version?
You guys, I want it to be noted on record that he asked me to pause Sarah's beats. He said, "Get that out of here."
Get that out of here. Hey, I'm not worried. I know you like the head thick, so. You ready?
Yeah, what's Jamie Dimon got for us? Let's hear it.
You are going to see a crack in the bond market, okay? It is going to happen. And I tell this to my regulators, some of who are in this room, I'm telling you it's going to happen, and you're going to panic. I'm not going to panic. We'll be fine. We'll probably make more money, and then some of my friends will tell me that we like crises because it's good for J.P. Morgan Chase. Not really. You are going to see a crack in the bond market, okay? It is going to happen.
Uh-oh.
And I tell this to my regulators, some of who are in this room, I'm telling you it's going to happen, and you're going to panic. I'm not going to panic. We'll be fine.
You're going to panic. I'm not going to panic.
And then some of my friends will tell me that we like.
He was going to say, we caused it. That's what he was going to say. Did you hear it, Trent?
Yeah.
We like crises because it's good for J.P. Morgan Chase.
We like crises.
You are going to see.
What do you think about that, Trent?
Jamie Dimon said, "I know I am, but what are you?" He said, "I'm not going to panic. You're going to panic." He said, "I'm not gay. You're gay." And listen. We, for any of our gay viewers, we love our gay viewers on the channel. Okay, but no shade.
Doesn't the Cardano have a huge community called like Staked with Pride or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy Monday, Eric. How are you, dog? You see that Jamie Dimon says that the bond market's going to crack and they caused it? Or, I mean, they like crises, but he said his words. What do you think about that? Are we thinking that's what's going to cause the bear market down the road? Or is that what's going to cause crypto go parabolic. What do you think? What do you think, Trent?
Well, you know, the bond market, I don't know if that would be the worst thing for risk on assets if the bond market suffered, you know. Here's the thing. At some point, Bitcoin will be forced to prove itself. Eric, I was just joking, man. You know, you know, no shade against people. You know, that's my thing. It's not for me.
I think
Right.
Eric's making a joke.
Oh, oh, got you. All right. Well, yeah, you know, Bitcoin at some point it's going to be forced to prove itself as a hedge, as and not only as a store of value, as a store of value that decouples from uh from failing investments. So, you know, if the bond market just absolutely collapsed, like I don't know, Bitcoin either has to prove itself as the alternative form of hard money and digital gold, or like remain correlated to the rest of the market, and you know that wouldn't be good for the vision, the original vision. But hey, you know, I do think that under that kind of pressure that Bitcoin would decouple and do its own thing, and it would under pressure it would do what it was meant to do.
Under pressure,
So hey,
raining down on me.
yes. Well, I have something to show us real quick. We've got a little Caleb and Brown plug for us. Let me share my screen. Oh, we gotta get throw Sarah's music back on. Oh wait, no, not yet. I'm gonna play this video. Let's see here. All right, that's gonna give me a stroke. All right, hold on. I need to see if I'm up. Okay. Where we at?
All of this.
I think the thing that people love about us the most is that they're not having to wait weeks for a response or sitting online, talking to the chat, going around in circles. It's so rare within this space. So when I get on a phone call with someone, they're so surprised that they're able to speak to a real person, and people love that. I think the thing that people...
So there you go. Why real human support matters. Now, let's see here. I'm going to flip our music back on because it feels empty without it. And I'm going to head over here and share this tab. Not that one, but this one.
Monkish faces of phases.
So, you know, if you do sign up for Caleb and Brown, one of the perks is that you get this nice little weekly roll-up dropped into your email. And so we'll do a little market overview with it. Why not? Market highlights. Trump Media raises $2.4 billion for its Bitcoin reserve.
Let's go!
Sharplink Gaming raised $425 million to establish an Ethereum treasury. The Clarity Act was introduced, aiming to move crypto oversight from U.S. SEC to CFTC. Guys, that's important. That's been a long time in the making, and that is a gigantic step forward for crypto regulation in the U.S. The reason why is what we're saying is that we're going to regulate crypto as a commodity, not under the realm of is it a security, is it not? You know, like that's been the whole battle, right? You know, they attack something, they call it a security, and if it is a security, it falls under the SEC jurisdiction, and if it's not a security, then it's the Wild West, right?
Wow.
But
West.
you know, if we can treat the vast majority of crypto as commodities, which they are, At least a real proof of work or proof of stake network with value, like, then regulations are going to be much freer and much more loose. The US SEC said protocol staking will not be subject to federal securities laws. Bullish. This means Cardano community, not a security, which we already know this, of course. However, what happened in 2022? Like, there was
What up, Nesquick?
a bunch of securities accusations leveled against Cardano and all kinds of projects at the time, right? So, market overview. Markets wavered on renewed tariff uncertainty. The U.S. Court of International Trade ruled President Trump's tariffs illegal a day, and we covered this as it was happening. A day later, U.S. Appeals Court reinstated the tariffs. The tariffs in the trade court case have until June 5th to respond. The plaintiffs in the trade court case.
Snip, snap, snip, snap. You know what it's like to have 3 bisectomies? The tariffs are going to stay, damn it. No worries.
Difficulties reaching a trade deal between the U.S. and China sent risk assets lower on Friday. That is what caused our weekend slump, guys. Is difficulties between the U.S. and China reaching a trade deal. So that sent risk assets lower on Friday. President Trump says China hasn't held up its end of the agreement. Risk assets sold off the release of the Federal Open Market Committee's May meeting minutes on May 28th. The minutes warn of difficult trade-offs if President Trump's tariffs have an inflationary impact while employment and economic growth is slow. I don't think we'll see that. But the U.S. personal consumption expenditures price index for the last 12 months, for the 12 months to April 30th, they're Australian, right? So they put the number before the month. Anyways, it came in at 2.1%, the lowest level since September, right? We're inching closer and closer to a rate cut. Like, even if that takes until quarter 4, we're making one step closer at a time. The U.S. personal consumption expenditures, I already read that. Weekly performance for the S&P and Dow Jones, NASDAQ, bullish. Looking ahead, interest rate decisions, Bank of Canada on June 4th, European Central Bank on June 5th, U.S. non-farm employment change on June 6th. So watch out for June 6th. You've got employment numbers coming out. Probably don't trade blindly on June 6th. Don't trade blindly ever, right?
Definitely trade blindly on June 6th. And April 1st is also another good one to do that on.
Trade blindly on June 15th in honor of Pride Month. Anyways, well, didn't Trump actually say that it's not Pride Month anymore?
3 Golden Gate ciders? What's that, Trent?
He said, yep, I had 3 Golden Gate ciders. I'm good. Probably Golden Gate Brewing Company, I think. So I think they make some ciders, some hard ciders. Let's see here. What's the long and the short of all this? El Salvador bought 8 Bitcoin despite IMF warning the country to stop. Yeah, they're gangster like that. The IMF keeps getting after them for that, and they don't care. Let's see.
El Salvador president, what's his name? Bailey?
Bukele. Cantor Fitzgerald, CEO, announced a new Bitcoin fund backed by gold. And so we have
Oh, there's Eric. Go ahead, Trent.
Price over 7 days. That line chart doesn't look too bad.
You're also thinking about, too, on Caleb Brown, they're looking at the same exact chart with a little bit more high in-depth version of it on their end. And they're going to tell you right where that bottom dot was that you should recommend. They recommend you buy right there.
Yeah, Not that they're giving you financial advice, nor are we. But let me blow this up. Yeah, a couple things that strike me about this. Number one, guys, from the peak to the low, only about $7,000.
Looking good.
And what percent of $110,000 is $7,000? Like that's 7% of 100,000. So what is it, like 6% of 110,000? Like, guys, a 6% dip is nothing to write home about. If you're not over leveraged, if you're not over leveraged, you weren't freaking out last week about a dip as much as you were getting discouraged by boredom, getting discouraged by another week going by without your bags pumping, and to that I will say it's the art of delayed gratification. Patience rewards investors. So we've got to be coming soon into the thick of the bull run.
I love territory.
Ethereum led weekly digital asset investment fund inflows with 321 million flowing into Ethereum ETFs. Ethereum options market is displaying signs of cautious optimism. This is interesting. Open interest for ETH reached December highs, with ETH gaining to start the week. It did. There was a day last week, I forget which day it was exactly, but man, it was Wednesday, I remember, because I was at youth group.
Wednesday.
Yeah. Guys, like, things were looking bearish, and like Ethereum, you probably saw it when you were live. T-Square. Like, things were bearish, and then Ethereum, I looked at my phone, and Ethereum was ripping.
Also, guys, Ethereum has a green dot on the 2 hours for more upwards action.
Yeah, man. So this is interesting to me. With ETH gaining to start the week. Well, ETH was starting to show a little momentum.
I have something to show on ETH too whenever you finish up.
Okay. You guys risen to $35 billion. In our view, okay, this is interesting. This is Caleb and Brown giving their opinion to their investors. It's a cautiously optimistic opinion. It's not financial advice. But listen to what they say. They say, in our view, pricing suggests investors aren't expecting ETH to surpass even conservative bull targets by year's end. But, the thing about that is that's when it rips.
Yeah.
That's when it rips, is when everybody has given up hope, when everybody's discouraged, SharpLink Gaming raised $425 million through a private investment in public equity to establish an Ethereum treasury. The company's stock gained 420% on the news. So little Ethereum for us. Hey, the low, I like that low better than I liked Bitcoin's low, because we got the low a little bit later, and we may have a more sharp and sudden correction back to the peak. Let's see. Lastly, altcoins. So it's just showing you a couple of different coins. Crypto ETF news. Digital asset investment products saw $286 million of inflows this week. This brings total inflows for the last 7 weeks to $10.9 billion. In altcoins, XRP saw its second week of outflows with 28.2 million leaving funds. Canary Capital filed to launch you see that, Tyler? T-Square? Canary
We talked
Capital
about
filed to launch a Chronos ETF.
Yeah, we covered that. We were stoked about that. That's why Crow didn't. Everything dumped last Wednesday, whatever it was. Crow did not. Crow actually bounced off its weak spot, and actually it was the only one that pumped 10%. 10%. Woo wee.
Hey, good on the Crow community. Wait, on Coinbaron's channel, what is it? The Crow fam. The Crow fam.
Fam. Well, you also another thing too is Canary Capital Trend. They also are the ones that filed for the H bar one too.
Yeah. Let's see here. We've got some general other crypto news. Covered the CEDAS hack. Let's see what they say about the CEDAS hack. The decentralized exchange subject to the $223 million hack is going ahead with its recovery plan. Over 90% of the community voted in favor of a protocol level upgrade, which will enable the forced removal of $162 million from the hacker's wallet. A bridge loan from the SWE Foundation will cover the remaining funds stolen. They kind of did a half hybrid model of what you were saying.
Well, also,
You know?
yeah.
So, anyways, the term that I don't like in here is which will enable the forced removal from the hacker's wallet. Guys, that means
It's good.
it is relatively centralized.
I like centralized.
Yeah, well, So what do you got for us? You said you had some Ethereum stuff for us.
Oh yeah, I do. Also, I was gonna say, if you guys want to email us your PO box or address, or whatever, we will mail you one of these cards that we have with the signature on it.
Heck yeah.
Straight to you. So just keep that an FYI in there. And then also on my Ethereum chart, Trent.
Oh, also, if you want to get one of those weekly roll-up emails into your inbox, sign up for Caleb and Brown, link in the description.
Link in the description. That's right. Well, I was going to show you this on Ethereum. So we have this nice, beautiful pump coming up, right, Trent? We have a blue triangle with a green dot now. But what do you notice that I highlighted in here? What do you see right down here?
That you highlighted?
Well, not highlighted, but drew up.
Oh, bullish divergence.
Savage bullish divergence on the 2 hour. Not just that, anchor trigger wave. Like it's clear as day that it was getting hyped up. This is the last 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. The last 12 hours. You had 12 hours to get into this.
Yeah.
And it's not done yet either.
Yeah. That's a beautiful trade from the bottom. I wouldn't chase it at this point on the 2 hour, but hey.
Yeah. Even the 4 hours looking good. Look at the 21. You can't barely see in the candles right there. It is curving up.
Shadow Trade King said, do you guys subscribe to any paid content or tools that you recommend? Always wonder where people seek their alpha, even if it's behind a paywall. So, a couple things about that. So go ahead and drop in the chat if you've seen us talk about Crypto Analyzer Pro. We'll cover it anyways. But,
Trigger wave on the 12 hour on Ethereum.
I have used at various times Lux Algo. Obviously, T Square is using Market Cipher right here, and I know you're probably not talking about indicators, but I'm going to be signing up for Lux Algo again. I think I did use for a while BitBoy's high IQ indicator. And look, he's
so high above me. He's so lovely. He's so high.
hey, toward the end there, he was the high IQ indicator, if you know what I mean. he was puffing, man. Anyways, it was okay. Like, he had people build that for him, as I'm sure everyone is aware. It's not like it was his build, but I didn't like it nearly as much as Luxalgo, so I'm going to be, I jumped that ship a while ago. I'm going to be going back to
What's up,
Luxalgo, but
Ismail? What's crack-a-lackin'?
hey,
I love the gym. I go there every day.
I've been just spending time with a bare chart, a naked chart, and using only what's
That's right.
right there native to TradingView, and so I've been learning to do my own TA from scratch. As far as alpha, well, I find that I find that like aggregating Twitter with Grok is a good way to go. You have to do a lot of sifting, but for example, as a big Cardano guy,
It is an XRP, Eric.
yeah, is this guy a troll?
Maybe a little bit of a troll.
No, that's fine. At least
Guys,
subscribe
he's
to it.
trying to hurt my feelings. Oh
At least subscribe to us, guys.
my.
At least subscribe to us, guys. I mean,
I care. You can't put words in my
He said
mouth.
no. Look, he said no.
You can't
Why
put
not,
words in
though?
my mouth.
What? Hey, why not? What did we do to you? This is kind of fun.
You know what? At least I can spell my name right. E before A, dog. Or you want to do I male? It's IMALIE.
Somebody take this. Haters are a sign of success. Heck yeah. Somebody take this guy back to third grade spelling bee. Anyways,
B's in his name. Get out of here, man. You're gonna be mean and hurt my feelings.
you're gonna make T Square cry if you keep it up.
No, never. Never.
No, please.
Please.
So anyways, as a big Cardano guy, I like I left my emotions out of it at this point. That's the key to success, Eric. I feel you on that.
I haven't looked at my portfolio the last couple of weeks because I'm like,
yeah,
it's going. It'll be up.
I have some friends in my life that are just getting into crypto, and it's like causing me to think back at how about how my emotions weren't checked when I first started 4 years ago. It's a trip to look back and think about that. I remember I remember a good one. Everyone give a moment of applause to this guy. That was so good.
And he spelled it right too.
Yeah. So it caused me to look back and think to myself, there were moments in 2021 when I got on Coinbase Pro, right? And I was just spot trading Ethereum. And I accidentally clicked, I put in a limit order, but I accidentally put a price higher than what the price was. And for a minute, it looked like I lost 0.8 Ethereum.
Were you upset?
Well, dude, I was new. I was new. I was only like 5-6 months old in crypto, and I was like, what in the world just happened? And I remember driving and just kind of having like a little bit of a freak out moment, and then it corrected it, right, because it saw on the back end or whatever that it was just an entry error, and then my whole Ethereum was back in my account. But I look back at that and I'm like, yeah, if I lost 0.8 ETH on a trade or something today, I would probably just be like, well, hey, another day, another dollar, So
At least you didn't spend like $1,000 on a gas fee.
Yeah, it's funny how far you come emotionally.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, getting back to Shadow King's original question, Crypto Analyzer Pro, I think is going to be our tool of choice. Like now, I do like getting emails like the one that we went over from Caleb and
I
Brown.
do like the news aggregator.
Yeah.
I think that's really neat too. I need to hone some precision on it, but I've been using the last couple of days to grab the news articles, and it's so fast at grabbing articles. I'm like, I got to scroll back and find the one I was looking for.
Yeah. Aggregating Twitter too, like I had said, I'm a big Cardano guy, so finding the right accounts is key, but that's been really pivotal for me. But Crypto Analyzer Pro, wait, where am I sharing my screen? Add the stage. Okay. When you come over here to Crypto Analyzer Pro, what happens is you can basically.
Did we bid trade it on XRP? Is it still open?
We did. I think that I don't think we closed it out, and I think we gave back our gains, but we'll see right here in a minute. So the first thing you see here are the tickers, your dashboard. You can aggregate the news and get all of the news coming in from all of the different major outlets all in one place. So you don't, and you can, of course, you can do this on Crypto Panic, we know, but here you have it in the same place that you are tracking your portfolio, getting a market overview, seeing the top gainers and losers for the day, and then you have your labs over here where you can keep a trading journal, you can save your analyses, you can track performance, and you can set alerts. You can come over here to AI analysis.
You've been summoned on a question.
Oh, let's see.
It's a Trent question because I am an XRP guy over Cardano guy.
As a Cardano guy, do you like Crypto Capital Venture at all? He can be a bit permeable, but I dig his content. I've been thinking about getting a subscription to his paid content. So I can't speak to his paid content. Believe it or not, I've been getting in. I was later into listening to him, so I do. I do, from everything I've seen so far, I do like his content. So,
how much later are you doing?
XRP is cool if your name is Ismail. Yeah, so I like Crypto Capital Venture. I'll show you the. Let's see, who do I follow over here?
That was a funny one.
Profile, following. Okay, so I like Lily. Share this tab instead. I like Lily. Cardano Girls, Cattle Daddy Media. Of course, she's talking about Charles. I like to follow all the midnight, not midnight, but I like to follow the official accounts from.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Trent. I'm not as hardcore as a Cardano guy as you. I can tell you right now, the best person to get Cardano content from is Crypto Crow.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a Crow guy.
So, a couple key accounts that I follow. The DApp Analyst is really good. And hey, shout out to Shadow Trade King. The DApp Analyst is really good, and Tap Tools, as well as Plutus.
Shadow King, do you own any Crow? His Crow NFTs? Trent, look at that bullish candle. Oh, you can't see it. Look at this bullish engulfing candle in the 5 minute, 5 second.
Okay, real quick. Plutus.
Wait, you can't see it. I pulled you off for a second. I'll pull you right back. But look at that those candles. Golfy.
Oh, hey. There we go. Yeah, so the DApp Analyst, Tap Tools, and where was I at? The DApp Analyst, Tap Tools, and I lost it. But anyways, you get the point. back to Crypto Analyzer. You know, you get your the news aggregation is a big thing. You take your snapshot of your charts, upload it, set your preferences here, and then you get your AI generated trade analysis, which let's go ahead over to BidFi. And by the way, there's a link to Crypto Analyzer Pro in our description as well. And right here, I'm going to look at the trade that we took last week. It was on our demo account.
Which
So-
we were in profits, but unfortunately, we should have closed it out yesterday.
Oh, we did close it out.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, we did. We closed it out on Friday when we were on stream. I remember you saying we should take our
The XRP?
yeah, the short.
Oh, you know the BidFi is not. It's not. The short's not there.
Yeah, we don't have an open trade. We over here we started with $50,000 in the account, and oh, you know what?
We did close it out.
I think we got stopped out. Is what happened. Yeah.
Could be because I don't remember closing it out.
Yeah. We got stopped out is what happened. But the AI tool gave us an entry for a short at $2.21. And we had rode that down all the way to $2.08 on Saturday. But because this is on our demo account, you know, I didn't have like a sense of urgency to go close that out in profit. So it did come back up, and you know, probably today we got stopped out.
I mean, targeted, Trent.
Huh?
I never said I was a non-Cardano guy. In fact, I gave a more bullish price target than Trent did for this bull run. Okay, and so that's the thing. That was a thing even before it was announced in the reserves. You go back to our episode 1. I said, he asked me what Cardano was going to go to. I said 8. I said actually I think I said $7 to $12, or did I say 8 to 12?
You said 8 to 12.
8 to 12.
I'm saying 5. I'm saying 5 to 8.
I'm thinking 5 to 8. I'm still thinking 7 to 12.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty wide range in not my defense, but conservatively, I would lean more to the $7 to $10 range. I think if Bitcoin decides to keep going, then we have potential to open up a larger pattern.
Yeah, I like 7 too, Shadow King. I just think that there's not. I think that there's not enough time left in the cycle. Like, you know, like we're gonna get this. I do think we're getting a summer pump, okay, up to like 135,000 for Bitcoin. Oh. I do think that's coming, but we're gonna cool off after that. We're gonna come back down to test the previous high at 112,000. There's an FOMC meeting tomorrow, right, with Mr. Powell. Yeah, I do.
I'll talk today too. But yeah. Lee, what's his face? The Bitcoin maxi, Lee Thomas. Lee, what's his name? You know what I'm talking about, right? He did an interview on Fox, and they asked him what his price predictions are in Bitcoin, and he said 150 to 250 this cycle.
The next FOMC meeting is on June 17th. But yeah, Powell did talk today. And he basically said it was really a bunch of nothing. He basically looked back to the Bretton Woods era, the era of the Bretton Woods Agreement, which was about currencies from other nations being able to redeem their dollars for gold, right? I mean to say currencies from other nations, but other nations being able to redeem U.S. dollars for gold, right? The era of the Bretton Woods Agreement. And Powell just basically reflected on that era and used it as an illustration to, in his speech today, I mean, used it as an illustration to say that the Federal Reserve as a
XRP
central
deadline
bank is
for-
committed to ensuring stability and their dual mandate of low inflation and low employment. So that's all it said. It was a bunch of nothing.
Eric said XRP deadline for ETF. Is that you talking about? That's a spot ETF, right? On June 17th.
Yes.
Then
Yes,
he said,
I believe
I'm
so.
DCAing out of the market. Shadow King says, I'm DCAing out of the market. Q3, regardless of the price, higher the price, the quicker I'll DCA. Kind of how I'm playing the cycle for a good portion of my portfolio, at least.
Yeah, I get it. Like, you know, and I may, like, depending on where we're at, I might say October start an aggressive DCA. Why? Because October, it is going to happen. Because if rates don't cut soon, they're going to cut in October.
Some people think they
that's-
might actually raise rates.
No, that's not happening. You know, because they also ended that 5-year cycle, right? Every 5 years, the Federal Reserve takes a 5-year summary of the economic state of affairs, right? And what they basically do is they say, hey, we have a dual mandate of 2% inflation and low unemployment. And what they do is they say, what do the last 5 years of data show us about the reality of something like 2%? And so we don't know the results of their 5-year meeting just yet. But
I know if they raise rates, it would be F. But that is a rumor going around. And
They're
part
not
of that rumor is the Supreme Court. Trump said, "I want to fire Powell." Well, what he knew he couldn't actually fire him. He wanted the Supreme Court to step in and say, which they did, and said, hey, they're a private entity, okay? Now that's set in stone as a reminder to everybody, hey, they're not part of the government, they're a private entity. And now they're feeling threatened. And so there's a chance they want to try to piss on everybody and raise rates to crash the markets. But hey, you need us. And that is coming from the conspiratorial sector, okay, as a possibility.
yeah.
I'm just here to tell you what people have said. Okay, we're talking about ideas, different perspectives of avenues the whole world can go. Now, Trent may say that won't happen, but he doesn't know that 100%. He might be 99% sure of it.
Our views are spiking a little bit. I do want to say, if you're here, guys, it's a hard grind on YouTube, and we appreciate any support we can get. If you subscribe to the channel, it would touch T-Square right in his heart. Also,
Or Ismail.
subscribe to the. Hey, fellas, are you lifers? Hey, we are
Hell
lifers.
yeah, we're lifers. Bro,
Every
if I went
morning.
Dude,
Every
yeah, if I
morning
went
when
in
I get up, I
2008.
drink a Monster, I watch
Yeah.
Lifer's stream, and I get into the charts.
Oh yeah, dude, I got the lifers mug, man. He knows me, bro.
Hey, look, hey, I will
The
prove
lifer's
that.
the man, bro. He's the
I'll
man.
prove that I follow him if you want.
I'll prove it right now. Just wait.
Let's see. Share this tab instead, and where are we at? History. What are you guys gonna see in my history? Oh no, I'm kidding.
Hi. I said hi.
Hi. What's up, bud? Oh. There you go. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. He knows me, man. He knows me. Not as much as I would like him to know me, but he'd recognize me. He's a busy guy nowadays.
Hey, honestly, there's no one better in the game at what he does. Let me let my dog in. I do like Jason Casper, but man, Lifer is consistent. Not just Not just in the fact that he streams every day. Like, he's consistent in his model is what I've noticed.
And he got me doing that too, man. He inspired me. If you go back and look, me and Trent have been live for like almost like 100 days now. We haven't taken any days off because we're trying to do the lifer approach, man. He's like, be there every day, do that grind, don't take breaks, man. Every single day we've been trying. I was here on my anniversary, which is it's super crazy, but hey, man, I was like, I had to be here before we went on vacation, and then went on vacation. And I was like, I had to show up somehow.
Yeah. Anyways, it's about time to get in the charts, right? What
lemon, the pineal gland. Put the water in the lemon in the water. Get the pineal gland going. You know it, dude. Dude, I'm an OG, man. I joined Lifers group. I'm not like OG. I think he had 15,000 subs when I found him.
Yeah, and I know that hey, he's like, he has his quirks and stuff, his own unique thing that he's real mindset driven, and he would say like, don't drink alcohol, right? If you're a trader, and obviously we're here to do it. Like, look, we have our own opinions and stuff, but hey. I shout out to
Crypto Lifer, man. Yeah. He's an awesome guy. Positive vibes, positive energy. He puts in the work. He deserves everything he has coming his way. Nothing but blessings, and I speak godly wisdom over him because, man, that dude, he's a solid man.
Yeah. Clip this and send it to him. Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. So let's jump into some charts. Were you done? What were you gonna go to next?
No, you got distracted. Crypto analyzer.
Oh yeah. So the long and the short of that was we got stopped out. It was a demo trade, so I wasn't looking at it like that. But Crypto Analyzer Pro, link in the description. Check it out.
Yeah, I'll run through some charts real fast. I use Heikin candles. It's something that CryptoFace uses a lot. I like how it just makes it easier for my eyes to digest what I'm looking at. And this is the 12-minute we're on currently. We are slowly coming down, but it looks like with the VWAP coming up. Do you guys want the TA? Do we love possible reversal on BTC? It depends on what time frame you're talking about. We love TA though, man. We're TA home masters over here. The 50 days crossed everything. On the 12-minute, the 24-minute says we're cooling off still, but the VWAP says we're getting ready to run again. Maybe drop a little bit lower to like 105.1 or 105.200 on the 24-minute. The 1 hour, we have a red dot has not confirmed. We have 30 minutes left till we get the confirmation. So we have support over here at the 105.200 as well. The VWAP just entered below the zero line. The green money flow is coming down. The strength coming down. The RSI is coming down. Jump over to the 4 hour. Check it out. The 4 hour is looking strong as hell. Strong as hell. Strength coming up, saying we're oversold with the green line. The VWAP is racing to the upside with that. We had an anchor wave, trigger wave right here. Okay. Boom. This glorious. Just absolutely phenomenal. Well, you're going to jump over the 6 hour. Anchor wave, trigger wave, VWAP coming up, strength coming up on the 6 hour. Beautiful. 12 hour, we come over. We have a green dot on the bottom with the VWAP coming up, money flow coming in, strength coming up with a bullish engulfing candle. That is absolutely phenomenal to see. The 16 hour, same thing. The 12 hour, we could jump over the daily. Daily's making a trigger wave with the VWAP coming up. The green money flow is coming in. You need green to water the trees, man. Get those bushes to grow. It's beautiful, 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 beautiful upside coming in. The 2 day. The 2 day is kind of We have the strength coming plateauing, and we're saying we're overbought at the current moment in time. The VWAP is a little below the zero line. We're at -9. We're kind of keeping an eye on the 2 day, but I believe the 2 day is the only one that's kind of showing mixed signals. We have a doji candle on the 3 day. VWAP is at -5. It looks like it might be curving back up to make a little bit of a splash. When we go into our larger time frames, sorry, I'm trying to zoom in so you guys can see what we see. We have a red dot on the 5 day, but the weekly, the doors are still open. Okay, the doors are still open to the upside. I would predict is a weekly. The VWAP's coming down. I think we might splash out like a -4, and use that as a springboard to shoot up on the weekly. That would be beautiful. And one of the reasons for the hypothesis is that it hasn't closed yet on the 2 week. Now, if you close, that could be a bad sign for the 2 week. It might say it delayed until like October, November area, and not have the as bullish summer, because we could have to reset, and this pattern will be done for the moment. But then we go to the monthly. We have a green dot right now. It hasn't confirmed. It was there and it disappeared 3 hours before the candle closed. But we have it back, so we're still bullish. And this green dot confirms on the monthly. It's going to be a great summer. It's going to be a great summer.
I think so too. I think it's going to be a great summer, but we are going to pull back to test the previous high at $112,000. Like if we rip to 135K, like guys, like we all it's
AI is awesome to make a personal algorithm. You can take a bunch of your favorite indicators and have it make a customized trading view chart tracker for you. I actually saw Crypto George. He used ChatGPT and he said, take the 10 top popular indicators for crypto and apply it to Bitcoin, and then take 10 top 10 popular traditional indicators for the S&P 500 and apply that to Bitcoin. And he came up with a bunch of different scenarios. It was actually quite interesting. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Where was dominance? I don't think I actually looked at dominance. Dominance. I'm going to go to the daily. We have a red dot on the daily saying the dominance could be coming down. And the weekly dominance is coming down slightly. So we shall wait and see. 5-day. We have a green on the 5-day. Well, maybe that'll play out. Hey, what's up, Juan? How are you, brother?
Hey, here comes the dump.
Did you see for our friend Ismail in here earlier? You should go back in the chat, man. It was so funny.
Yeah, and where'd he go? Anyway, he didn't have the stamina. We didn't even have to block him either.
We can't eat him after I made fun of his spelling.
David R, what's up, fellas? Hope all is well. Hey, good to see you.
What up, bro? Hang loose, dog. We're checking out ETH right now. We go to the 24-minute on ETH. Looks like we are still slightly coming down in the 24-minute. Maybe I expect a couple of red candles, to 25.5. We're going to jump to the 1 hour. Double red dot. We can see if this is a fake out, but we'll probably come down to like 25.75, 25.50. VWAP is also coming below the zero line. You could also use it as a springboard because that's our fractal patterns. We're trending up. We keep doing this micro breakdowns as we continue our fractal. The 4 hour on Ethereum is looking uber bullish currently. We have a blue triangle, which is market cipher A, lighting up one row. 21 is curving flat. The VWAP is fat right now at plus 21. Strength is coming up. The RSI was saying it's oversold. But no worries, it's curving up right now. Sorry, I got an email by Jesse. Distracted me. VWAP coming up, strength coming up on the 6 hour. We have a green dot. Phenomenal. Good. Nothing but goodness. We have the VWAP wave coming up.
Your special request, David.
Yes, please give us a special request. Keeps us more entertained. We do have a trigger wave to the upside on ETH. Super awesome on the 1 day. We also have a green dot on the daily, which is also awesome. The VWAP coming up right now. Beautiful. Absolutely phenomenal. T-Squared doesn't do house visits. You don't know that. You're just assuming.
Hey, I'm not above it.
Hey, if you live near me, Shadow King, maybe I would do a house visit. Yeah. Yeah, we're bullish on the weekly. Blue triangle lit up a market cipher A on ETH. We have a green dot on the 2 week, and my favorite is this right here on the monthly on Ethereum. This sucker is about to pop a green dot on the monthly, but it's not just like Bitcoin who is popping a green dot on the top. We're popping it below, making an anchor trigger wave. And that right there is like guns blazing, man. That is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing to see.
He's saying SXT.
XXT, you know, it's funny that you asked that because we were looking at that a few weeks ago and we nailed this sucker, bro. We freaking nailed it if you were watching us a few weeks ago. Okay, so another thing about SXT, as me and Trent talked about too, and it is on Microsoft Azure. It is on there. Microsoft talks about XXT. Makes me a little nervous because if Microsoft is so big, why would they partner up with the company when they could just pay for and start it themselves without having to think twice? But hey, we're gonna go start it, boom, 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 bang, bang, bing, bang, boom, like that, just like that. Like it doesn't quite make sense to me. And also the allocation on CMC acquiring market cap is 25, 25, 25, 25. The team got 25, and the freaking devs got 20. Seed investors, and they have 25 in their holdings, and they have 25 for development. That is just extremely a lot. Extreme a lot to give to the seed investors and for the devs. I was blown away by that. I was like, wow, that is crazy to me to see that much allocated. And so it almost makes me kind of a little worried about it as a red flag because I'm like, why this doesn't not computing.
Yeah, the token allocation seems like a recipe for a pump and dump. But show us the charts, we'll show you the news. So
hey, what's up, Eric? You have a good evening too, brother. Thanks for showing up and being positive for us.
Peace.
So okay, so XXT is new. It is new, so we have to see how it goes. Okay. I can't remember if it's like rendering power or something like that. I can't remember what it does off the top of my head, but it has not flipped bearish yet. Okay, but I wouldn't surprise me to see on the 1 hour time frame to get another red candle or two, which is we're talking about micro bits, like, you know, like 100% down, like very small amount, and we hit oversold. So that's a bullish signal. Strength is coming down slightly, and the VWAP is coming down slightly. Now we might make a trampoline pad coming down slightly. But it hasn't curved. Like we might come down over here. We came down just slightly, and poof, it goes back up. On the 4 hour, we'll get a better view. Okay, we have an anchor wave, trigger wave to the upside. VWAP is also curving up. Saying we're oversold, and we have strength curving up. I don't know if you want to count this as a double bottom on the hike in the sheet. It almost looks like a double bottom, Trent, on the regular candles.
Yeah, you said you didn't know what it does. I'm reading on CoinMarketCap. It looks like it's ZK, zero knowledge proven data. So it uses smart contracts, AI agents, and on-chain applications to query on-chain and off-chain data at scale and verify the results of cryptographic proof. So, you know, it's data is a big thing. It's not quite an oracle, you know, like Chainlink. It's more like the graph in a way.
What do you think of this chart though, Trent? Like, you know, we start with the dump, we pump up, double top, we come back down, bullish engulfing, but then we freaking give it all back, and when like we've been in this trend down. Do you think this is likely the bottom right here? Or do you think we have more to give? It's too new to really. This is the 12-hour candles. Do we have a green dot right here, and we do on the blue oscillator momentum waves are coming up, and the VWAP is coming up, and the strength is coming up. So it makes me feel like this could be a potential bottom.
Shadow Trade King. It looks like the unlocks start pretty heavy in Q1 of 2026.
Yeah. I know that's what I was looking at too.
Yeah. Oh, bro, Iagon. I love Iagon.
Okay, you want to cover that one, Trent. Trent is not bullish on Iagon. He's going to tell you why you should not look into it. Okay, go ahead, Trent. Take it away.
Hey, Iagon is the render.
I'll put your opinion on the chart. There you go.
Iagon
is... Baron.
Yeah. Iagon is the render of Cardano. So yeah, the two.
Don't you hold like 15,000 tokens?
No. Indy. So the three Cardano native tokens that I hold and I'm personally very bullish on are Indigo Protocol. It's your RWA play on Cardano. Then Iagon, your DPIN, decentralized physical infrastructure with AI agents. It's your DPIN AI play on Cardano, and then MinSwap. I hold a little I hold a lot of MinSwap just because I've done a lot of yield farming on the protocol.
Makes me think of Minesweeper, Trent.
I've done a lot of yield farming on the protocol and gotten paid out in MinSwap. So for that reason, I hold a lot of MinSwap, but it's the leading DEX on Cardano, and it's going to do very well. So yeah, Iagon, Indigo, and MinSwap are my 3 Cardano native token plays.
What do you think is the worst Cardano native token? That's such a loaded question. That's a joke. They're all terrible.
Well,
I'm kidding.
Like, obviously, I have to go to the memes, like in any ecosystem.
Hey! Don't be crapping on Snack, okay?
No, I was going to say Hosky. As much of a look. Well, okay. I'm sure if I go further down the list, there's some. Okay, the worst Cardano native token is whatever the most insignificant meme coin is. So not Hosky, but whatever number 20 is on the list. So yeah. Really, Titan is the largest node operator for Iagon. Should check him out if you're into utility NFTs still. I think I've seen Titan. I'm not really much into NFTs. I own a couple of JPEG junkies
and Pluto Lions.
Yeah, and a couple aliens. But that's ethereum. I hold a couple JPEG junkies, which that is not a hit network thing. They are independent, just like Pluto Alliance is independent. Sean, what's up at XRP and ETH? Hey, thanks for joining us. And if you haven't subscribed yet, it would touch T Square right in his heart if you do. JPEG Junkies,
the left one.
For the record, it's not like under Hit Network, it's independent. I hold a couple JPEG Junkies, and I hold a Crow. I hold a Crypto Crow NFT, but I'm not much into NFTs, to be honest.
What's up with XRP and Ethereum? Dude, we just covered those two, man. Well, at least ETH, dude. ETH is getting ready to go monstrous,
bro. We'll give him the summary off of the noggin.
It's looking great, dude. Ethereum's getting hyped, pumped, and on fire. More bullish on ETH pumping than I am on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's green dot on the top versus Bitcoin. ETH has a where are we at, Trent? Why is your screen not? You weren't at a stage. Why is it saying that I had to add you to stage? We're more bullish on ETH than we are on Bitcoin. And XRP, dude. You don't have to worry about XRP, okay? It's a dime, bro. We love our dimes, okay? Someone was just saying in here that $27. I'm still in the ballpark of $19.27 this bull run.
$2.08 held so strong over the weekend on XRP, which is my entry point.
Where's our boy? What's our boy's name that was 188?
Oh.
Jordan? Not Jordan.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
Jeremy.
No, it wasn't Jermer. It was, I think, Jason Becker.
What? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's Jason Becker or something along those lines. James Becker. But yeah, dude, freaking XRP, man, to the moon. We have Anchor Wave, Trigger Wave, VWAP, strong, powerful, oversold strength coming up, dog. Up on XRP, 12-hour. We are green dot marking bottom, curving up, VWAP coming up, oversold, strength coming in. There we go. There we go. There we go. Even on the daily, we have a double green dot marking bullish. Blue oscillator waves, momentum waves going up. VWAP coming in. Strength coming up. Let's go, XRP. Do the freaking moon.
Hey, I like that green dot on the daily, man.
Yeah, well, the one thing, the weekly has technically a trigger wave to the downside, but I think that's going to flip. I think it's going to flip. We're barely just below it. And that's what got me on ETH, is this is a bullish pattern right here, okay? And so this little trigger wave right here to the downside is actually why I lost my short today. So I think that actually might disappear.
Paid a lot of money on Pluto Alliance. I do like my aliens. I forget that I have them most of the time.
We do have a long-term plan, Mr. Shadow King, but nobody knows who I am in Pluto Alliance. We do have a long-term output, and you will be very much kept in the loop if you are interested. Man, should I get my garbage trinket? My Tylus trinket, T-Square trinket?
Yeah. I need to get a picture of my maybe I can pull them up. See what
until I just smashed my one of my screens. Alright. So any of you guys knows what this is or how valuable it is, I would be greatly appreciated. Now, I don't even think Trent's gonna know what it is off the bat. You want to see the box, Trent?
Yeah.
Okay, so just so you guys know, I find things in random places, and this is one of the things I found. And when I say whenever I find something in styrofoam in a box, that's generally a good sign to go take a peek. Okay. I don't know what this is, Trent. I've been trying to figure it out. And just to take it out of the box, it is very heavy. It's like 27 pounds.
It's a Bitcoin mining rig with 4 Bitcoin on it.
Frick. Yeah, you can't say something that doesn't have styrofoam at all 4 corners is something that has never been used. I mean, that's been broken and beat up. I refuse to believe somebody would pre-package something with the styrofoam on there.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the front face of it, Trent. You have any guesses, Trent?
I don't know.
The back
I don't
is
know
a
what
bunch
it
of
is.
outlets.
Oh. Okay,
So-
show me the front again.
I think it's some sort of super high end like server thing to keep like surcharge or whatever it is from like some type of electricity, power outage going out. And it has a big old plug-in, like almost a backup storage for your computer.
What's the name of it?
With a digital screen.
What's the name of it?
I have absolutely no idea.
Well, it says it on the cyber.
If you guys know what this is, can you read that? Chat?
Cyber power.
Cyber power. C.
Oh wait, keep that on the screen. I'm always gonna take a picture of it. There you go. All right, you're good.
But whatever it is, and
I'm telling you, it's a Bitcoin mining rig with like 4 Bitcoin on
and
it.
it had styrofoam in all 4 corners. That's the bullish thing I've ever seen. In my line of business, I don't think this should have been destroyed because I think I could have caught on fire. Something that this heavy.
A huge Bitcoin miner got
If it has Bitcoins on it, I will give away Bitcoins on the stream.
Hey, it's all a whale that got ideologically converted into like the green agenda and hates Bitcoin now. So they were just gonna throw it in the dumpster.
Exactly.
Yeah. Molly found out what it is.
What is it?
An uninterruptible power supply.
What is it, Marley?
It's an uninterruptible power supply. So
What's it do?
It's designed to protect sensitive electronics like computers, audio, video equipment, networking devices, and gaming consoles from power surges, outages, and voltage fluctuations.
So if I lose power, does that keep my computer going?
I believe so.
For how long?
Let's see.
It says on the box
Bullish.
1500.
Oh, the Shadow Trade King said the unit functions as a battery backup, applying continuous 12-volt DCA locally to power network interface units. Hey, pretty handy.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
No pun intended.
What's the
I'm not-
load?
What did Molly ask me?
What is the wattage load?
Well, she said, "What's the wattage load?"
1,000.
It says 1,000. So if you're only using 50 watts, it can run for 100 minutes after no power attached to it.
Okay, you know what? I take it back. It says something weird. So it says CP 1350, CP 1500 slash, like a parenthesis, slash. And
Yeah, I think
one says 1,000 watts, the other one says
850
880.
or 810.
880.
So this is saying that like the same thing could have been in the, like either of those things could have been in the box. I have a feeling that that's probably how they packaged both of those models. So I wonder which one you have.
Well, how do you find out?
Look on the actual thing.
I had to take it back out and take the styrofoam back
No,
out?
you don't have to take it back out. I'm just saying eventually.
Well, just tell me which one's the value of them.
The one that is not like the better one looks like it's the CP 1500.
What would it say on here?
Guys, for any of you that don't know, do you wanna tell the people where you found this and why you found it?
It's the 1500. It's the nice one. They probably use this to mine crypto, right, Trent?
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Hey, there could be a few people on here that don't know what T-Square's Trinkets is, what the segment is. We haven't done it in a while.
Yeah.
Catch us up to speed for any newcomers.
Trinkets are people's recyclable goods that I locate and transfer to a safe location for them. For my own personal gains. Yeah, so let's just say I am a handy dandy dumpster boy.
Yeah.
For that.
Oh.
Now let me locate I can't tell you the actual location
Right.
due to market security. Let's just say it was gifted to me.
Let's see. Where am I at?
XRP ain't going to zero, bro. Ain't no way. You know what's going to zero? It's freaking Luna. Or Matra. One of those two. They could have a race. See who wins.
Let's see. Share this tab instead. Throw me on the chart.
XRP will go to $30 before it goes to zero.
Hey, Flat Smack. Appreciate the comment, even though XRP is very much not going to zero. But if you would be so kind and generous as to subscribe to the channel, it would touch T-Square right in his heart.
You're T-Square. There's no name on here.
So Cardano Spotlight for today, guys. On Tap Tools, we see that Cardano's first ever on-chain perpetuals platform, Strike Finance, has officially surpassed 1,000 holders and hit a new all-time high. The on-chain derivatives wave is just getting started. So guys, Cardano now has a decentralized on-chain derivatives exchange. Now look, you guys may be thinking to yourself, big deal. They already have that on Sweet. They already have that on Hyperliquid. They already have that on thank you, Flat Smack. You know what? I think that we're gonna hit 1,000 subs end of year. I really do. So you guys may be thinking to yourself, Hyperliquid has this, Sweet has this, big effing deal, right?
Do you think we should give 1,000 Cardano away when we hit 1,000 subs?
Why not?
Why not?
You know, you may think big effing deal, right? Like, the difference is the security of Cardano. Look, since 2017, 0 downtime, 0 hacks. Like, the scientific method is the backing of Cardano, right? Like, it's by backing, I mean it's the integrity of Cardano. Like, they do things right. They're not first to market, but I do believe that they're best to market. And what you have here is an on-chain derivatives exchange. You can trade on leverage, on-chain, with self-custody, being able to take confidence in the security and the proven track record of Cardano. This is a big deal, guys. So what else do we have here on Tap Tools? Iagon. No, that's not Iagon. Sorry, IG Group is added.
IG?
That's a UK investment firm.
We don't care about UK. Just kidding.
Let's go over to
from UK.
Plutus. Cool. A little Indigo.
What part of the UK from Shadow King?
So Indigo looking good.
Indigo. What's the ticker for Indigo?
Indy. INDY.
INDY?
Yeah.
That's such a terrible ticker.
Cardano DeFi essentially built an insane foundation through a bear market. Many eyes on Indigo at this stage. Plutus says the current Indy risk level is 34. I'll explain what this means and what's on the horizon and my price prediction for Indy.
You're not East Coast. You're definitely, I know for sure you're UK. maybe you just have your VPN on.
CryptoCapitalVenture.ai. Hey, you were just talking about that, Shadow King. Yeah, so there we go. Lastly, let's see. I'm going to close out just by coming over here to TradingView. Share this tab instead. And I'm going to go to BTC.
No, not negative.
SBT.
I know. Just like Trent lives in the middle of the desert, you live in the middle of UK. Trent's never even seen what grass is.
So look, four hour chart above the 21 EMA, and look at the Bollinger Bands.
I don't type with an accent. You type with an accent?
And right here, you have the green and the red Bollinger Band constricting on the 4 hour, getting real tight, which means volatility is coming. And
hopefully it's all
so far that volatility is hugging the upside. So that's a good sign on the 4 hour. The stochastic RSI is a little high, but that's okay. That can reset without having to have a big dump, right? Like right here, it had a reset, but that reset was mostly sideways price action. So nothing to be concerned about there. The big deal right here on the daily chart. This is what I'll leave you guys with. We're getting back above the 21 EMA on the daily, so that's really good. And look at the Stokes. The
Hey, Trent, are
stochastic
you supposed to be
RSI.
talking?
Huh?
Are you supposed to be talking, Trent?
Wait, what do you? Yeah, I am. I'm not muted. So the stochastic RSI on the daily is very low, and it's starting to recover right there. So, especially on the daily, the Stokes give you a nice fluid move all the way from top to bottom, bottom to top. It tends to
We got him.
it tends to complete the move from bottom to top and back down, right? So right here, it's already completed this move from the top to the bottom on the stochastic RSI, and it's recovering. I'm expecting a move on the daily where the Stokes go all the way back up to the top, and we break that $112,000 level and keep moving up. So
What do you think we're going to go to next level? You think 116, or you think we're going to push into the 119, 120?
I think we're gonna push up to 120. Again, it's hard to tell. Like, we could go up to 135. But
115 seems kind of like a soft psychological number, because it's like it's even, right?
yeah, but they'll get less significant as you go higher. Like every increment of 10 will be a bigger psychological level. But we could go up all the way up to 135, right? It's hard to tell because it's price discovery, but what I am expecting is whether it's 120, 130, whatever we get, we're going to get a dip back down to the previous high at 112,000. So,
Well,
yeah.
Right now, that won't be a dip, it'll be a previous up.
Yeah. So, is it time to sign off?
Sure, why not, Trent? Just for you, I'll sign off for you. Hey guys, please smash that golden like button. Not down though, but up. Yes, that's how we like it in the Brew Crew. Welcome to the Brew Crew. You got this bell, you ring it right here. You find the subscribe bell button in one of these corners over here. BTC is going to inverted head and shoulder pattern on the weekly. Thought I saw something that earlier. It is bullish on the weekly.
Hey.
That's what I'm gonna say. Weekly. We'll go over the weekly. Well, I take it back what I said. I think that we are bullish on the weekly. I do believe we might dip the VWAP right here. It might just come below like a -5 or a -8 before we continue upwards.
Weekly, just to yeah, you could say that there's a head right here, a left shoulder. You could say that a right shoulder is forming. Yeah, I like it. I don't see any reason why that's not valid. There you go.
Oh, what was I saying? Not really.
I mean, I don't think that that's invalid. Like, look, I don't like how this shoulder is not really much of a shoulder. Like, a lot of times that shoulder comes from like a dip of the previous action. But, honestly, if you just sit there and stare at it, like, that's a shoulder though. And it may not have. I think what's throwing us off is just, how bullish this upward move was prior to the left shoulder. It's making it look a little weird, but
Flat smack. Well, one good tweet away from breaking up.
but other than that, I mean, that's a left shoulder. Why not? I don't see why not. So yeah, there you go.
There you go. I think that We will break out in approximately 7 days. Call it next Monday. That's what I'm thinking. Next Monday. That is what I think. And then when we're going in the middle of wrapping up. Okay. Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of the Brew Crew. Day 105 straight. We haven't stopped. To the moon. Let's go, guys. Good night, Shadow King. You the man. Thanks for showing up. Thank you for the support, guys. Thank you. We have 14 people watching right now. 18 people total. You guys have our backs. We're here for you, just like you're here for us. We're going to take care of you. You're going to take care of us. Please join us tomorrow at 7:30 Pacific Northwestern time. Trent, how was your beer?
Cheers. It was good. I'm gonna give it an 7.9. Catch me next time. I might give it an 8. It was right on the fence.
Icicle double IPA. I give it an 8.2 because I love all their beers. Better than Monkish even. All right, guys. I'm gonna dab out. We
Cheers.
will see you tomorrow. I'm gonna get me a bowl of cereal. Dabbing